with the cuckoo. Don't know whether the GoPro portable microphone will pick it up. It's over there somewhere. That's the first cuckoo I've heard for about 10 years. I was going to do a post, but I was going to do it later. No, I've heard the cuckoo. I thought I'd at least try and share it with you. Anyway, today the coppice is showing a different facet of its personality, if you would. It's been raining all morning, so there wasn't a cat in hell's chance of getting the van up the track. So I thought I'd walk in, cut out some more stuff. Got here about 2 o'clock, and because it can't really wait any longer, put up the gates. So there'll be one here to get into there, one here to follow this tractor track. And the tractor last came in here just about at the end of the autumn. We had a storm and a dead tree blew down. I did a post about it. The neighbours came in with their tractor, and they came in twice and went out twice, but you can still see where the tractor's been. So compaction damage, I guess. It brings opportunities as well. I think that's a wasp burrow. They need bare ground and they need it fairly compact. But you can see where the tractor went. Down along through here and down to the bottom. You can see there are very few bluebells in the track, even though the bluebells weren't even thinking about coming up. The tractor came in. So if you had a tractor in regularly, that would make a difference. If you had tractors in all the time, it would make a hell of a difference. But anyway, I thought we'd think about that. You can see deer damage here. This is what I'm trying to stop. Like little secateurs, they come in, they cut, and they cut. This is this year's growth. So they've not come in yet. But they'll be out and feeding fairly soon, I'm sure. This is the dead hedge along this side. That's big enough and high enough. And this is our fixed point. So if we do that, you'll be able to kind of see what we've done. There's a bit more to do in this corner. Got to build the dead hedge up because there's a gap in it over there. But over there is more or less done. I think we'll leave these trees here till next year because they're singles. We'll be able to knock those over into gaps without hitting the regrowth. And a couple of them will layer. We're kind of late to layer them now. We'll do those next year. We'll fill all these in this corner next year, and then do a smaller area on the right hand side over here. So that's what we're doing today. And we'll have a look at the Dorset gate, which will go in here to let the tractor in and out, because one doesn't want to piss off the neighbours and they might have a reason to come in here. And we'll have one here, so it's possible to get in here. It's probably quicker and easier than bringing up a load of stuff and plugging up the gap. So we'll get on with it. So this is the bottom Dorset gate, wide enough for there to be a track along the edge of the wood at some point in the future, maybe. I don't need it, but times change and things change, so we'll allow for it. On the far side we've got a big thick post driven in. That was about 8 foot tall. That's walloped in. This is approximately 6 foot high. And I'll weave some more of these in the middle, because from a distance you can hardly see it. It'll make it clear that there's an issue. The orange string holds it to the post. There's a little return, stop things and people pushing around the edge, or to at least slow people down. On this side, we've got a post against a tree, too narrow for stuff to get through there, but I'll put some more brash on this side eventually. And again, orange string holds it to the post, and there's a return which isn't behaving itself, which will cover that eventually. And the blue string is your latch. So just slide through there, stick it back up. And although this is private land, people are up here. There's a hole down there that the end of the stake goes in. So, Dorset gate. And that, so far, and I've done 1, 2, 3 counts, or 3 areas over 4 years, has been enough to be completely successful keeping the deer out. Up here, you can see there's a little bit left to do. Beef this section of hedge up. And that'll be basically some of these just here will come down, but not today. That should at least slow Bambi down. Right, another deer gate, sorry, Dorset gate. Keep the deer out. Notice there's a little over return at the bottom. Makes it more awkward to open and close it, but if something pushes against it casually, it's harder to get through. Badger will just tunnel straight through anyway. No stopping badgers. That's how it unlatches. Blue string for the latch, an orange string to tie stuff on. This is only meant to be temporary. 3 years time they'll come down. Corner post, and there'll be another section going from there to there, but I didn't bring enough up here. The original plan was to bring the whole roll up here and leave it in the wood, but there's not a hope of getting my van up the bottom track today, so I was too lazy to carry the whole roll, so I took off what I thought would be enough, and it's not. So I have to come up in the week and finish this off. This is how I bang the posts in. It's drywall, also known as a Cyberman. I made this one, it's much smaller than most of the ones you can buy. They're usually great big heavy things. There's a post specifically on this thing. Basically hold it in 2 hands, put it on the post, which is 8 foot long. I'm only 5 foot 8, so I couldn't reach onto the top of the post, and then bring it down onto the post if it was partially stuck in. So you stick it on the post when it's down, then lift it up with the post inside it, then 6 boings and it's down a foot, well, on this ground anyway. So this ain't going to move. It's also easier than a sledgehammer or a maul of any sort, because you can actually lean on it as you bring it down and direct it if the thing's going off to cock. So I think they're a great thing. Right, do some more and then home for me tea.